Hey YouTube, I hope you guys are all doing well. It's Adrian from over here at PipedreamHookah, and today I have a product discussion for all of you guys. And today's discussion is going to be on these brand new B2 mouth tips. Look at those. Alright you guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and dive right into this video. It's going to be a pretty short one, as I don't think there's a whole lot that goes into mouth tips that warrants a full product review. So this is just going to be more of a video of me going, hey you guys, this product exists and I would highly recommend it. And I'm just going to go ahead and say that I would recommend this mouth tip over any other mouth tip currently available on the market. And the big overarching reason for that is that these are going to be female mouth tips as opposed to male mouth tips. Now I'm sure a lot of you already have some experience with male mouth tips. They're going to be the tips that you get at lounges when you're smoking with friends, or maybe even the tips that you keep on hand at home when you're smoking with a group of your friends. They actually go inside at the top of the mouthpiece on your hookah hose, and what they do is they restrict your draw a little bit, because in order for them to fit inside of your hose, they have to have a smaller bore than the tip of your hose has. So if you have something like the Tymber mid-stylus hose like I have here, the bore on the tip is just under a half of an inch. So in order for a male mouth tip to actually fit in there, it has to be even smaller than that, and that's going to cause quite a bit of restriction, and I find the restriction that most male mouth tips cause to be quite unpleasant. It kind of hampers your session, and you might get a little bit more flavor, as more restriction usually equals a little bit more flavor, but it's going to be harder to smoke, and you're not going to pull a lot of those gigantic clouds that we all love when we're having a session. One of the biggest worries that I had when I saw that these mouth tips hit the market was that they are female, so they have to go over the hose. So how many hoses are they really going to fit on? And the truth is that they fit on most hoses. A lot of the male mouth tips actually won't fit on certain hoses because they have a very small bore. For instance, something like even the Tymber mid-stylus, I've had some male mouth tips that don't quite want to fit in here, and I've got some hoses with even smaller bores, so you can't use these mouth tips with those hoses. But with these, they fit on almost all of the hoses on the market. There are a handful that they're not going to, and I'll let you know what some of those are in just a moment. But first, I'd like to just show you a few of the hoses that they do fit on and how they fit. So to start, we've got the Tymber mid-stylus, and it's just going to fit over there pretty nicely. This is going to be one of the tighter fits, as the Tymber mid-stylus has this bulb at the end of the hose, and a lot of hookah hoses do have those, so that's something to keep in mind. But with a little bit of effort, it'll fit with almost no problem, and it will stretch around the tip of the hose, but that's not a big deal because they are made of silicone, so they're made to actually stretch around the hose anyway. So yeah, here's what it looks like on the tip of the Tymber mid-stylus hose, and one thing I like to do, this is just kind of a cheeky thing I do, but I go ahead and give it some bend like that. Just makes it a little bit easier to smoke for me. And this is obviously something you're not going to easily be able to do with male mouth tips. So that's another cool little, I don't know if I can call it a feature, but it's a cool little thing you can do with these mouth tips. So moving right along, I've got some hoses around my neck here that I want to demonstrate the fit of the mouth tip on. So let's go ahead and start with Hookah John's Narbeach hose. So this is going to be one of the more difficult hoses to get it to fit on, but it will fit with just a little bit of effort, because it's kind of a large tip here on the hose, and the Narbeach hose does have a pretty small bore to it as well. This just comes in at about 1/4 of an inch, so some of the male mouth tips won't fit this at all. But the B2 mouth tip, absolutely no problem. Fits right over the hose, looks nice. You can get a blue one, match your hose, or get whatever color. They've got all kinds of really cool kind of neon colors. I don't have all of my colors with me, but you've got these, and you've got the darker colors like the gold and the black. So then we've got the Shisha Bucks hose that comes with a lot of the Shisha Bucks products on the market, like the Cloud Micro and the Cloud Mini. And this is going to be an easy one. It's obviously got a very small tip to it, so you can just go ahead and put it right on. Fits no problem. Next up is going to be the Tymber Slim hose. This is a new hose to me. Review on this coming soon, so keep your eyes open for that one. And this does have a slightly larger tip than the Shisha Bucks hookah hose, but with no issue at all, you can get this B2 mouth tip to fit right over it. And what's really nice is the golden B2 mouth tip kind of matches the slim hose. It's not perfect, but it is quite aesthetically pleasing. Another hose we have here is the Tymber Dark V2, and as you can see, the tip of this hose is just about perfect to fit one of these B2 mouth tips. And it's going to go on with literally no effort, but it's not going to have a whole lot of play to it either, so you can kind of just put it on, use it, and it comes right off, no problem. And then last but not least, I feel like most of us probably have this hose lying around. This is the D hose, And this obviously is gonna have kind of a bulky tip to it, but just like the other hoses I just showed you, kind of just slides right on there, minimal effort, and it doesn't look bad. The color combination kind of clashes here, but you can, but they do have a wide variety of colors if you do care about them matching. So yeah, here's a lot of common hoses on the market, and like I just showed you, the B2 mouth tips fit on all of them. Now there are a couple of hoses on the market that this tip will not fit onto. One of those is going to be the Thunder Pro hose. The tip of that hose is just so gargantuan that you're not going to be able to get this mouth tip to stretch over that hose at all. And the Mason Tymber hose as well. You're not going to be able to get a B2 mouth tip to fit over that. It also has a gargantuan tip on it. And if you want to see more about that hose, go ahead and check out the review that Rob from over at Dude Where's My Hookah just cut on it. He's been on hiatus for a while. I think he was just in the middle of moving, but now he's back and he just dropped a new review on that hose. It was just awesome. I'll leave a link in the description for it if you want to check that review out. But that said, even though there are a couple hoses that this tip won't fit on, they will fit on most of the hoses available on the market. They actually fit on 8 out of the 10 hookah hoses that I have available here to me at my home, and the 2 hoses that they don't fit on, I don't use that much anyway, so it wasn't really a big deal for me. Now, if you are interested in picking these mouth tips up, I would actually recommend going over to 5-Star Hookah. There's going to be a link down in the description, and they are actually running a sale. I'm not sure how long it's going to be going for, but typically I believe they are $6.99, and they are put on sale right now for $4.99. So that's a pretty good deal. You're going to get 7 mouth tips. They come in 7 beautiful different colors. I think you've got a few different like pink, red, purple. We got black, gold. I think you have a blue and a green one as well. I'll put a picture up so you guys can see what they all look like. And if you do decide to pick these mouth tips up, you can go ahead and use my coupon code. That's going to be PIPED15, P-I-P-E-D-15, and that'll get you 15% off your entire order, excluding anything already on sale. And with all of that said, that should just about wrap up this quick video on the B2 mouth tips. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys do pick these up and you really enjoy them, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I'd love to interact with you guys. I'm kind of depraved of any interaction over here between work and cutting videos and all that, so I love when you guys comment on my videos. It gives me a chance to kind of talk to you guys and get to know you a little bit. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in knowing a little bit more about the Bambino Bowl from 5-Star Hookah, there's going to be a review on that coming out. It's going to be, today's Wednesday, so it's going to be coming out this Friday, 2 days from this video's upload date. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, happy smoking.